Okay guys, so I literally like an hour ago got home from a family trip. And I got my Pentium 1 200 set up here. Same place that I had my laptop set up the other day. This is not my normal location for these types of videos, but, So, I went to an estate sale, like, several hours south of here. We're almost out of CDRs. These are Ultra Speed Plus Staples brand CDRs. We often get these discs. What we found at this estate sale was quite old, actually. Memorex, probably pretty low speed CDRs, which could be useful for some stuff, being low speed. And they're also like PlayStation discs. Check that out. Hi, you can totally see me. I haven't tried one yet. Should really find out what the speed of the discs are, but if I had to guess, I'd say probably about 16 at the max, maybe 8. I don't know. And then here's my A&W root beer that I got at a gas station. It's a cool story, isn't it? I'm trying to open it because I'm thirsty, and I'm failing at it. Okay, this is not working. There goes the hardware APM messing around with that machine again. Turned off the hard drive, but really funny thing, it'll eventually wake itself back up. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Anyway. The CDs weren't the only things that I got at the estate sale. One was this TEAC, or TEAC, whichever you call it, 5¼ inch floppy drive from the time when drives didn't even have covers on them. It's an FD55 GFR. Looked it up, and this is a high density drive. The bottom circuit boards aren't in the best of shape, and you can see it's a pretty old drive. It's got those old style tantalum capacitors on it, and a couple electrolytics that look due to burst. Not like because they look messed up, but because they look old. And their jumper settings on it, I'm not really too sure what they're for. Now see, I've never seen floppy MFM type floppy drives with jumper settings, so that just seems odd to me. You can see the direct motor assembly down there. It doesn't use a drive belt, luckily, otherwise it would probably be dead. But, I mean, I don't know if this works or not, but I figure it will. Because people didn't generally quit using these because they stopped working. Quit using them because we got those. So, I mean, see, it's quite discolored, like happens with old plastic. The spring is actually in pretty good condition. It's got another PCB up here with a red LED on it for the access, and this drive does not use a servo. You can see it down there. It uses a stepper motor. Pretty interesting, but yeah, or actually I think servos are technically stepper motors, but this is just the old style stepper motor assembly with this huge motor right here with extra cobwebs. Yeah. So there was also a Dell XPS 400 there for $400 with like, or $400, $100 with all of its pieces, bits and pieces like the keyboard, the mouse, the monitor, everything. So whoever owned the house obviously was a technology enthusiast, because there was also there were drawers full of like resistors and stuff. Now that's not the thing that I'm super excited about, although that'll be pretty useful. They had a bunch more drives. I probably should have just grabbed them all, because I paid $250 each for these. Not $250. I paid $2.50 each for these two. $5 for the CDs. I probably should have just grabbed all the hard drives. There was a 4 gig Mac store, maybe it was 2 gig. I don't know. and there was another 1 gig Seagate, and there was a 40 gig Seagate U5 that was probably dead because the U5 wasn't a super reliable line of drives, but I just should have taken them all. I don't know why I didn't, but I don't know what's going to happen to those drives. This looks spotless. I'm not sure it ever left that bag. It may be empty. Frankly, I have pretty good hope that this will work. And even if it doesn't work, I'm gonna put it on display somewhere because it's pretty cool looking, really. It's an ST3120A. Common failure point, or at least the ones I saw most when I searched this drive on YouTube, was of these specific types of tantalum capacitors. I actually watched one where the guy replaced it with an orange one that looked kind of like one of these, but yeah. The jumper settings have been set though, so I think something must have been using this drive. I don't know. We're gonna test the floppy drive, and I just had this computer turned on for fun. So, and also I haven't used this keyboard before today. It's actually not that bad. It's a pretty quiet keyboard, but yeah. So, now I'm going to put the floppy drive in. Nothing too exciting will happen there, but I'm going to put the floppy drive in, and then I'm going to set it up. Okay, so I did get the floppy drive in. It was a bit more of a chore than I was hoping for. Gosh, flipping darn it, that screw didn't go all the way in, did it? I need to add more screws. It's pretty wobbly, but oh well. Well, it's enough for a test. Something happened there. Okay, so now, standard CMOS setup. So floppy drive A is now going to be, I don't know if it's going to be 360 or 1.2. 1.2 will work for any type of drive, it just won't necessarily work properly, but, and here's the lovely PowerPoint only thing that I don't really understand, but yeah. I'm just going to try to format a single-sided disk of some sort. In the machine, I don't know how to identify disks that don't say what type they are, but I'll look it up. So this should be drive A and this should be drive B. I'd say that works pretty well. Alright then. Alright, here's all my blank discs. Unformatted discs. See, it's single-sided, holy crud. Okay, so now. Obviously it's unformatted, so. Yeah, general failure. No, not retry. I meant to push F. Semicolon. Now, format, not FOT, format A colon. Checking existing disk format. Yes, hello? Invalid media. It's trying to format 1.2 megabytes, okay. So it's obviously not a 1.2 meg drive. So figured it wasn't. Or maybe it is. Hang on. You know what, I'll mess around with this myself for a little bit. But, yeah. So I'm gonna have to guess here, but I'm gonna do /4, which forces single-sided 360, I believe. Oh, I think I also have to do /1. Yeah, try that, whatever. It's doing something. Running 180K, okay. I'm gonna actually do that again since it wasn't set at first. See if we can unformat information. Okay, so no, don't format another. Now, try CSA colon, just see what happens. Now, whoa! I think I messed up. System transferred. Alright, let's restart. I've never actually owned a 5 1/4 inch floppy disk drive for PC, so that's kind of cool. I'm gonna call this a working drive. This is a success right here. Pretty sweet, man. Doesn't sound real good, but did. But it works well enough. So it's not spring-loaded either. Nice touch. Some of those drives were spring-loaded, which is quite annoying. You know, I'm actually gonna keep that safe. Actually see the individual format tracks. Anyway, I could actually do the old hack for double-sided. Pretty sure this is the brownish ones, isn't it? I don't know. I'll look up how to identify a disk. This is a high-density drive. I did find that out. So it's got that going for it, but of course, I think all of my disks are probably double density because they're Apple II disks. But I, of course, can't turn them into double-sided discs by notching that, because, you know, later people found out that, oh, hey, the second side is exactly the same. So, it's got that going for it. Anyway, let's go on to the hard drive. Alright, well, now that we've tested the 5 1/4 inch floppy drive, and yes, I think I'm going to have to go get the second camcorder battery soon. It's showing low battery, even though it says 19 minutes left. I don't know. Here's the Connor hard drive that was running in the system before. And now the Seagate is in there. Let's turn it on and find out what happens. Welp. Something is set wrong. Okay, so either... There's two things here. Either the drive is dead, and it was overloading the power supply because of that, which, that's one possibility. Although, if you have a drive set wrong, like this one specifically, if you move that jumper right there, it will not work in a standard AT class machine. So, and it will do that exact thing. At least in this machine it does. So I'm going to pull it back out and mess with the jumper settings and see if I can get something to happen. Well, things aren't looking too good for the hard drive. Even without the IDE connector plugged in, the machine still doesn't turn on. I'm still going to mess with the jumper settings and see if maybe I can get it to work. I don't know. This is one of the reasons I thought I should have grabbed all of the hard drives and bought them, but yeah. This is 106 megabytes. This would be pretty nice to have usable. Otherwise, I'd have to pay like $40 for one. Gosh dang, I wish I'd gotten that on video. First off, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but there is smoke all over the room. I decided it'd be a good idea to just flip it on and off a couple times, and boom! Black pieces of tantalum capacitor are all over the floor. That is the same capacitor that blew in that other video. Sparks flew everywhere. I don't even... They may have melted part of my IDE cable. Holy crap. Dude. And I embarrassingly screamed like a little girl. Oh my gosh. I should have been ready for that. But, dude. It's no wonder the machine wouldn't turn on. That capacitor wasn't charging. And I messed around after I had the power plug plugged in and just barely, so I could pull it out after I turned the machine on. Pulling it out didn't allow the machine to turn on. So I power cycled it one more time. I am really sad now. I wish I should have sent that to Fail Army, but honestly, that's a pretty nice smell, really. I actually like the smell of burnt tantalum capacitor for some reason, but dude, that was so violent, and it looked like I had lit a firework. Oh my gosh. Well, ha. I wonder if I know someone who can repair this. Pixel's worried about me. Well, that's the end of that. The machine still works, though. Oh my gosh. That was quite the sight to see, really. Oh, why? Dang it, why wasn't I videoing? Aw, man. Oh, I'm so sad now. And also, I accidentally yanked the 3.5-inch floppy drive ribbon out, but I can plug that back in. Well, that's gonna be a project for another day. It was like, I can't even describe it. It was the biggest boom I have heard in my life. Sorry, that was a bit of an exaggeration. It's the biggest boom I have caused in my life. And seriously, there were sparks everywhere. I don't know where all the little pieces of plastic went. They're probably around here somewhere, but yeah. I'll link to the other video where that happened in the description, I guess, of this one. I'm too shaken up to do anything else about this now, like that. Wow. Wowee. Wowee, guys. That was... Oh, now my mom's calling for me. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.